Hey, hello guys, welcome back. This is video number 2 of the Ajax course, and in this video we will start doing our little application or example of Ajax. Okay, so first of all, I want you guys to create an HTML file. So let's create that HTML. Let's close HTML. And also head, close head, and body, of course, and close body. And now inside head we will create, let's start first in the body. We'll create an input which is going to be equal to text. And let me see. Yeah, okay, so text, and this is going to be, let's say, it's not test. Input type is button. Okay, and let's type here on click is going to be equal to something. Okay, and in here, or after this, let's type here a line break, and in here let's create a div id equals result, and that's it, and close div. Okay, and you can type result in here, or results. Now let's go up here and let's create the JavaScript tags, which is script type equals text JavaScript, and let's close this script. Okay, I don't know if you guys did my XML course and videos. We talked about I think we talked about the XML HTTP request object, and this is a very important thing that we will need to use in Ajax. Okay, XML HTTP request object is one of the most important things in Ajax. Okay, and we will use that a lot. So if you guys don't know what an object is, or XML HTTP request object, you can go in my XML video, search for it. Okay, and if you don't know what an object really is, you can go also to JavaScript, my JavaScript videos, and search for objects. Okay, so in here the first thing I want you guys to do is create a function, and let me save right away the file, save as, and click here. I'm gonna save this in my desktop. Let's call it test.html. Okay, perfect. So function, and let's call this test. Okay, in here let's type curly braces. Now inside a function, I'm going to create a variable called XML HTTP. Okay, and I'm not going to give any value right now to this variable. Okay, later on this variable will have his own value. Okay, which is going to be the object XML HTTP request. Okay, that automatically is going to be passed to this variable. Okay, and basically this variable will hold the object itself, the XML HTTP request object. Okay, now we'll do some if statements. Okay, that we did also in XML course, and this if statement we will need this every time we use this Ajax technique, because it provides or prevents for you to have some errors in your script because of the Internet Explorer or the Microsoft object, okay, it's equivalent to XML HTTP request object, okay. So Microsoft has in Internet Explorer 6 and 5, version 6 and 5, they have an equivalent to the XML HTTP request object, which is the ActiveX object, okay. So what I'm going to do now is to prevent or to make sure if you were using either Firefox, Chrome, or Opera, or Internet Explorer 7, which already features or supports the XML HTTP request object, or if the user is using Internet Explorer 6 or Internet Explorer 5. In that case, we will need to do a new object which is called ActiveX object, okay. So let's do that. So if parenthesis, and now we type window dot XML HTTP request So basically what I'm saying here is, you know already that window stands for the browser itself, the window of the browser. So if the window supports XML HTTP request, let's create the object, which is XML HTTP. Okay, you see now that we are using the variable name equals to new XML HTTP request. Okay, and else, okay, in the case that we don't have the support of XML HTTP request object, it means that we are using, or the user is using, Internet Explorer 6 or 5. So in that case, we will have to create another object which is called XML HTTP equals to new, and now we say active X object. Oops, object. Okay, and parentheses, and inside the parentheses between double quotes, we type Microsoft dot XML HTTP. Okay, and this will create the active X object, okay, of Microsoft. So let's proceed. Now down here, after we've created the statement to see if the user is using either Firefox, Chrome, Opera, or Internet Explorer 6 or 5, we will use the XML HTTP variable, which basically is the object, okay, the XML HTTP request object, and this is going to be, I'm going to give it an event handler, okay, which is called onReady state change, okay, and basically this stands for whatever changes has been in your page, okay, or in this case the object itself, okay, the XML HTTP request. Basically, it's saying if there's a change at all, any change at all, this is going to be equal to function 0, 0. Okay, so what I'm saying here is XML HTTP request dot the event handler onReady state change is going to be equal to a function, which we don't need to give it a name at all, okay, just type function, okay, and this function now will hold an if condition to say if the XML HTTP request is already complete, okay, so it means that we already sent the information and request information and we received the information, okay. So in here we'll type of course the curly braces, and in here we type if, And some of you guys are asking, what about the function? Why don't we need the function to give it a name? Because basically we are using the function this time. We will not call the function anywhere at all. So we don't need a name for it, okay? This function will only be called automatically through this event handler, okay? The onReady state change, okay? So if XML HTTP dot ready state, pay attention because you have to put the capital S, okay? Ready state is a property of XML HTTP or of the object, okay? So it means what is the state right now of the request, okay? And you have 5 types of ready state, okay? You have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 0, it means that the request has not been sent at all. 1 means that the server connection is established. 2 means that the request has been received by the server. 3, it means that the server is processing the request. And 4 means that the request has been finished to be processed and the response is ready, okay? So basically 4 means that we are ready to receive, your browser is ready to receive the information or the answer, okay? So if we are ready to receive the answer, in here between the curly braces we type document, get element by ID, which is a method or function to get whatever ID we want in our web page, and I'm going to call or get the ID result, okay? So let's type result dot inner HTML. You already know that inner HTML is a property to insert whatever we want to that to HTML. Okay, so to this element here, which is the ID result. So what do we want to store or to put in the ID result or the div result? So we have to type equal, and now whatever we want to put in there. So I want to put the XML HTTP dot response text. What this means is the response that we get from the server. Okay, we sent a request to the server, then we will wait to get an answer from the server, and that answer either is a string or a number or whatever it is going to be stored with the response text. Okay, so I want to put in using inner HTML in the div result here. I want to substitute this for whatever we get from the server as an answer. Okay, it could be a string, a number, whatever. Okay, so now that we are done with the function, I just have to type in here XML HTTP and dot open, which is another method of the XML HTTP request object. And what this does is very simple. This is the method that we will use. Okay, as we did in PHP, remember when we did forms and you have to type the method that you are using to send the information, either get or post? Well, this is the same thing. Okay, you can put here either get or post. When you have largest amount of data to send to the server to request, you use post, but now we are using a very small request, so get normally is the one that we use, okay, for small requests. Now after that we have to type, let's type here the URL. Normally here is the URL that we want to where we want to send the information or the request to. Okay, so if we had, for example, a PHP script, we would type script.php, okay, and then that script would process all the requests that we are sending from here. Okay, in this case I'm going to show you a cool example. So for a simple example, so I'm going to type text.txt, and I'm going to create a text.txt, type something in it, and the retrieve or the answer, okay, that we will get is whatever we type in text.txt. Okay, the third thing you have to type is true, and this means if you want an asynchronous request, okay, or if you don't want an asynchronous request, you type false. Obviously, we always normally want asynchronous because it's better for you and your web page. Okay, so we normally type true. Okay, so another thing that we are still missing is XML, HTTP dot another method, which is the send, of course. Okay, this will send the request. So I think we are done. Okay, let's save this. And the video is already taken too long, so I'm going to proceed in the next video. Okay, see you guys.